That was not a good ding. That was a terrible ding. I'm so sorry. Okay, Rotarians, we're ready, even though my bell ring was a little lackluster there. A little lackluster. Welcome to the game today, Team Rotary and guests. We have some awesome music today. I dare you not to move. I dare you. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Megan knows. Okay. So today's song is from Teresa Pritchard. Teresa is the chair of the World Community Service Committee, and she's an incoming board of director. Her song choice is Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. If you know Justin Timberlake like I do and like Teresa does, it's JT. That's what you call him, is JT. Teresa said she thought she would choose a Beatles song because they are her favorite band of all time. But then she was driving and heard Justin Timberlake singing and thought, that's it. This song instantly filled her with joy. Teresa says if you aren't familiar with JT or this song, you have to promise her you will watch the video. From the first beat, it leans into a bright disco pop groove that lifts your mood immediately. It is clean and bouncy, and no matter where you are, you will want to break into dance. Teresa says in these turbulent days, we could all use some spontaneous, unbridled happiness. And you may even find that you have a new crush. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing that music with us today. Once again, I just want to keep it going, but I won't. Our greeter today was Mr. Clark Perman, and Clark is with Financial Management, and he is also a co-chair of the Literacy Committee. So thank you, Clark Perman. And now for a little bit of inspiration, I want to bring up Lila Cohen, and Lila is with First Washington. Lila.
Thank you. May is Jewish American Heritage Month, a reminder of something universal. Every community, every family, every one of us carries stories that shaped us long before we walked into this room. Jewish tradition has a phrase, Lador Vador, from generation to generation. It's the idea that we are part of a long chain, and what we inherit isn't just history, it's responsibility. Responsibility to remember, to learn, and to add something of our own. But you don't have to be Jewish to feel the truth of that. All of us are shaped by the people who came before us, and all of us have the chance to shape what comes next. Heritage isn't about looking backward, it's about asking how we carry forward the best of what we've been given. As Rabbi Jonathan Sachs wrote, we are as great as the ideals we carry, and as strong as the stories we tell. So today, as we begin our meeting, I offer this thought. May we honor the stories that brought us here, and may we choose with intention the stories we want to leave behind. That's the quiet power of community, and it's the work we do together. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila. All right, Rotarians, you can have a seat, but guests, I would love if you would please still stay standing so we can recognize all of our guests in the room today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You can have a seat. For those of you that don't know me, I am Sherry Bissell, and I am very proud and honored to be the 107th president and the 5th woman president of this downtown Yakima Rotary Club. We were chartered in 1919, so we are the original Rotary Club in Yakima. And we like to unite for good as a team. Team Rotary is our theme this year. And we like to be the good and do good in this community. So if you want to be a part of that, talk to any one of us or grab that blue card that's on the table. And we will draft you on our team in a minute. Okay. And I want to just do a special hello to a guest that we have. She didn't want me to, but I'm going to anyway. We have Kathleen McNulty in the house. She is our district governor nominee. So there she is right there. She is Daryl Blue's guest today. And as she said, Sherry, I'm not here on district business, but I just wanted to point her out anyway. So she will be our district governor in 2027, 2028, Bruce Bacon's year. So that's Kathleen. Thank you for being here. Okay, the 21st annual Jobs for Youth event is happening on Wednesday, May 27th from 11 to 6. At the OIC Henry Beauchamp Community Center. There are signups on your tables, very important. They need more volunteers to hold mock interviews. So please sign up for that. If you can't do that, there's so many other things that you can do in regards to Jobs for Youth. You can become a host employer to provide real world experience to these kiddos, very important. Or you can sponsor a youth job for $13.70. You can sponsor a kiddo. So please think about doing that. Very important, very important. Thank you. Now, to introduce our 19th new member for this year, I would like to invite up Anthony Peterson. Anthony is a director. He's the co-chair of the Youth Services Committee, and he is with the OIC of Washington.
Thank you, President Sherry. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. Excuse me, my allergies are going. I am so happy and honored to be able to introduce one of my good friends, Mr. Andres Moreno. Andres is the Associate Director of Admissions for Central Washington University, CWU. Woo-woo. So just a little bit about Andres. He was born in a small, remote town in the state of Guerrero, Mexico in 1983. His first language was Nahuatl, as his grandparents and parents were fluent in it. In February of 1991, his family moved to Yakima, where his father had resided years prior and found stable agricultural work. Andres embraced the culture, language, and opportunities available to him as he began first grade in a new environment. Growing up in Yakima Valley, Andres and his siblings spent weekends and most summers in orchards, helping their parents pick crops. These moments became memorable because they were time spent together telling stories and listening to mom and dad's lectures. He was instilled with a value for effort and grit. However, these values did not come until the end of his senior year at Davis High School, right? Davis, Drew, right? Andres started working at Shucks Auto Supply and as an optician's assistant at Cascade Eye Center. The experiences taught him that higher education is a critical factor and opens opportunities and economic uplift. After taking a gap year, Andres enrolled at Central Washington University. He pursued a bachelor's degree in biology and Spanish and had an opportunity to study abroad in Buenos Aires, Argentina. After college, he started working as a recruiter for Central Washington University, where he traveled to high schools across Washington state to promote and share his college experience and perspective to students. He also decided to move back to Yakima to begin mentoring high school students through the College Success Foundation and to serve as a board member of a local nonprofit. While at Central Washington University, he has held various roles and is moving into a leadership position as an associate director, where he currently leads recruitment and enrollment strategies for Yakima and the Tri-Cities campuses. Andres has also started a scholarship in Yakima with his family called Sembrando Futuros, which translates to Sowing Futures in English, as a dedication to his parents who work in agriculture. All his siblings graduated from Central Washington University with a degree and are dedicated to giving back to the community. Andres is married to Patty, who is a registered nurse and has 2 boys, Sebastian and Samuel, 2 cats, and a dog. That's a lot, man. I'm gonna give you my dog too, man. He loves spending time traveling around the Pacific Northwest with his family and strumming his guitar. So yeah, we got some more music, boss. Year round, he enjoys watching his kids play sports like soccer, boxing, flag football, and basketball. This summer, Andres will be trying golf for the first time and hopes to explore the local golf courses. So yeah, we'll get him out there. All right. Without further ado, I want to introduce our newest member, Andres Moreno.
Okay, I have some goodies. First, a sponsorship pin for Mr. AP.
My third.
It's his third, but who's counting? AP is. Nice job, AP. Okay, so for you, we have your red rookie badge right there.
Okay.
And that's your passport. It explains everything you have to do to go from a red badge to a blue badge. Team Rotary playbook. All the plays are in there. Memorize them. Let me know how that goes. Next week, we'll check in. And then your plaque that you can hang very proudly on the wall. And the infamous license plate cover that you can so proudly place on your car. And then you have to watch the way you drive because you're representing Rotary.
Okay.
So, welcome to the team. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, that's number 19. Good job, Rotarians. All right, now we have an announcement for the Rotary Trust Golf Tournament. And for that, oh, there she is. I got nervous. For that, I'd like to bring up Dana Dwinell. Dana is a Rotary Trust Board of Director. Dana.
First, I have to say, this is such a beautiful looking group of people here today. I'm blown away. Woo, woo, woo. So, what's a 4-letter word that is synonymous with community investment? Very good. Very good. You know it, you love it, you want to play it. And Andreas, you should pay attention to this. I'm honored to be a board member of Rotary Trust. I represent your club and the good things that the Trust does for this community. And our 24th annual Rotary Trust Molly Davis Golf Tournament is Monday, July 13th at the Yakima Country Club. You play, and Rotary Trust ensures that the money that is invested goes into projects that will improve and enhance our community. On your table is an information sheet. Most of our premium sponsors, I'm happy to tell you, are taken, but there are some whole sponsorships available, which will include your fee to play a team. And if you want to take advantage of putting together a team, this is the time to start right now, because who doesn't want to play in a beautiful venue like the Yakima Country Club? And so think about putting your team together. We have limited spots because we have limited number of carts. The fee for the team is $800 and does include your cart fee and a yummy box lunch. It's a scramble that starts at noon, again on Monday, July 13th. It's a great time, a great cause, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Very fun tournament. Okay, now we have a very special award. And for that, I would like to bring up Hall of Famer Jim Berg. He is a Hall of Famer because he was past president in 2007 and 2008. Jim.
Thank you, President Sherry. Good afternoon. The first Citizen Award is an honor acknowledging a lifetime of service in areas of industry, business, professional, civic, charitable, and/or religious. It was created by Craig Mendenhall during his presidency, and I would go so far as to say it's also an opportunity for us to mention Craig's name at least once a year. It is Downtown Rotary's Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's recipients are Jan and Greg Luring. And I'm here to tell you why. The Lurings individually and as a partnership are among the most significant citizens this community has ever received. As I try to summarize what they have done, consider the impact they have had. They are truly first citizens in every sense of the word. Now, I will go back and forth in acknowledging their many contributions, but I would be remiss in not identifying Sherry Green and Carolyn as having great support or great help in compiling this list, which is unbelievable. Jan joined Sunrise Rotary in 1989 and then transferred to Downtown Rotary in 2007. Greg joined Downtown Rotary in 1981. Jan served on 14 different Rotary committees, including being the chair of the auction one year. Greg served on 21 different committees and was the Rotary president in 2008 and 2009. In 1990, Jan was named Yakima's Businesswoman of the Year. Greg was a director with the Yakima Chamber of Commerce. Jan was the auction chair for one of the Heritage College auctions. Greg was with the Yakima Valley Visitors and Conventions Bureau for 10 years, including a period as chairman. Jan was with the Yakima YMCA as a board member for 6 years. Greg was the founder and president of the Yakima Rotary Trust, ultimately becoming the largest Rotary Club foundation in the world. Jan was a member of the Yakima Valley Visitors and Convention Bureau for 3 years. Greg was chairman of the Yakima School District Citizens Building Committee that planned 13 new schools and helped pass 2 bond issues for new school funding. Jan was on the Yakima Valley Community Foundation Board for 6 years. Greg had leadership responsibility in the development of the Gateway Sports Complex and the Kiwanis baseball fields. Jan was with the YWCA as a board member for 6 years. Greg was Tri-States McDonald's advertising co-op president. Jan was with Comprehensive Mental Health as a board member for 6 years. Greg was the Rotary District 5060 Assistant District Governor in 2011 and 12, and was your district governor in 2015. Jan has been involved with Eisenhower High School fundraising and was the chair 1 year. Greg had a 13-year naval career. Following Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps while he was at Ohio State University, he was commissioned an ensign in 1967. He later graduated from the U.S. Navy Submarine School and served on the USS Casimir Pulaski from 1968 to 1972, and he ultimately retired with the rank of lieutenant commander. Jan was a board member and president of the United Way of Central Washington. She was its campaign chair 1 year, where they raised $2 million, and she was indicted. That was kind of a slip. She was inducted into the United Way Hall of Fame. And then together, Jan and Greg have employed thousands over their 45-plus year association with McDonald's, owning 13 restaurants and both receiving the coveted Ronald McDonald Award, and Jan and Greg in 2013 both received the Ted Robertson Award, given annually by the Yakima Visitors and Convention Bureau. Now, their long-term commitments extend to their personal life. They have been married for nearly 59 years. They have 2 adult daughters, both of whom are present today. Kim, who lives in Southern California, is here, and Megan, who lives in Yakima with her husband JD and their children, is also here. Jan and Greg Luring are truly community treasures, and I am honored to be the one that gets to offer that recognition. Please rise and join me in honoring Greg and Jan as Downtown Rotary's 2026 First Citizen Award winners. And Greg and Jan get new badges. All of that, and all they get is a new badge that honors them as the first citizen. That one. That's good, Jan. Your badge is looking a little faded here. I'm glad you're getting a new one.
I'm faded in general.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Yeah. There you go.
You got the other badge?
Whew. I'm not crying, you're crying. I don't cry. Oh my, so well deserved. Talk about Hall of Famers, MVPs. That doesn't even, yeah, all of those things. Congratulations. Whew. Okay. Now, to follow that up, we're going to do Sergeant at Arms. Good for you. With number 106, Jimmy J. Dog DeGrasse. He is a Hall of Famer, being the immediate past president, and he's also a director, and he is with the Yakima Tennis Club. J. Dog.
Thank you. First, I'm going to put these 2 tickets in there, and I'm going to take some out. So if you don't get a winning ticket, it's my fault. So, okay. So, you know, they had a joke with me when I was president that I could not be up at the podium and I without mentioning tennis. And today is going to be no exception for mentioning tennis. So our speaker today, Rikki Cooper, and I, the first time I met Rikki Cooper, we have this event at the tennis club every summer. It's a mixed doubles tournament over the 4th of July weekend. It's Calcutta. And Rikki and I ended up being partners that year, and I don't remember how many years ago that was, but Rikki carried me. I think we got a triple W that year. I'm pretty sure we owned it. And then lo and behold, I think Rikki probably knew she was probably going to be the GM of White Pass, but I definitely had no idea what ended up being GM of the Yakima Tennis Club at that point. So Rikki, that was a great time. So Sergeant at Arms guests are excluded from this. I want everyone to get their money out, and I want everyone to remember this is the 4-way test. So the first question on testing your knowledge about how much you really know about skiing is, I want everyone to raise their hand in this room that has either ever skied in their life, continues to ski, or has skied at White Pass. I want everyone's arm up. Okay. Now, I want everyone's arm to go down. Continue to raise your hand if you skied this last year at White Pass. How many skied at White Pass? Okay, everybody else, raise your dollar because you didn't support White Pass. You're going to support the Yakima Rotary Charities for that. Okay, so we're going to have a little test here, and we're going to test our knowledge of what is the official hand signal for I wiped out spectacularly on the ski hill. 2 thumbs up. Jazz hands, that's for Mike Hummel. Jazz hands, Mike Hummel, one ski pointing uphill, or pretending you meant to do it it's definitely pretending you meant to do it. You don't even give a hand signal. You just wiped out and you own it and you just said, that's how I was planning on doing that. A skier who says last run usually means what? One final trip down the hill, time to go home, 3 more runs minimum, or last one at the lodge buys beer. This is a tough one. Remember, 4-way test. It is not, it's 3 more runs minimum because you're at White Pass and you want to ski some more. So pay $1 if that's not what you chose. The most dangerous thing on a ski slope is ice or moguls or trees or somebody yelling, watch this. It could have been me. Watch this, Jimmy. I will tell you that I definitely like to go fast, and I definitely, there was a year when I first started playing tennis that I didn't get to play tennis the year because I had a Wide World of Sports Spectacular wipeout at White Pass and broke my leg. It set my tennis career back a couple of months, but it's definitely, yep, somebody like me going way too fast. That's the answer. This is an easy one. A yard sale and skiing means buying used ski equipment, resort clearance event, losing all your gear in a crash, or shopping in the lodge. Of course, it means losing all your gear in a crash. I've definitely done that. I've had lots of yard sales. I had most of those when I first started learning how to ski because I didn't usually ski in control, which I'm teaching kids to ski now with the White Pass Foundation, and that's one of my things I drive home with them every time I'm up there. Ski in control. It's a really important thing. Do as I say, not as I do. So if your buddy disappears into deep powder, you should call ski patrol, help them out, take a picture first, or claim you never saw him. I don't know. This is a tough one too. I want to say claim you never saw him and just keep skiing, but the answer is you got to take a picture first, you got to document it, and then you help them out of the ski hill, right? What's the first thing a skier does? The skier blames after falling? The snow, their skis, the weather, or somebody else. It's obviously somebody else. And for me, when I play tennis, it's always the racket. When I miss a shot, it's not me or not somebody else. It's the racket. So it's kind of like blaming your skis. So you don't ski and you want to know what brand of skis to buy when you first start skiing. Who should you ask? Sig Fossum at the Sport House, Bill Gilmore, Tyler Schultz, Joe Farina, the ski manufacturer Stokely. Okay, what's the correct answer there? Anyone want to guess? It's none of the above. The correct answer is F, all of the above, but you'll end up buying the most expensive skis they sell. And that's Stokely. They are nice. They're Swiss made. They're beautiful skis. I don't have a pair yet. And then last, the best après ski exercise is stretching, yoga, walking to the hot tub, or lifting pints of beer. And of course, it's lifting pints of beer at the White Pass Lodge. The Sitzmark Bar is the best place after a great day of skiing. Thank you to the White Pass team for having such an amazing place to ski. We get to call it home. Thank you very much.
Nicely done, 106. Okay, now to introduce our speaker today, I would like to bring up one of the chairs of the program committee and a board of director, Miss Dana Eliason. Dana is a nonprofit consultant. Dana. Get rid of all my junk.
Okay. Thank you, President Sherry, and welcome Rotarians and guests. It's really great to see so many skiers in the room today. This makes me very happy. And it's very fun for me to be able to introduce you to our speakers today. In particular, Rikki. I've known Rikki since she was 12 years old. She came from the Olympic Peninsula and joined the White Pass race team. And she trained and raced with my own son, Walker, for many years. And she told me just earlier that she had a little crush on him. And over that period of time, I have to say, all the ski race families and kiddos, we were all like one big family. And I have to also add that the welcoming crew and staff at White Pass still make everyone feel like it's home and they feel like family there. And when Rikki first came to White Pass as that 12-year-old ski racer, she didn't expect a future in the ski industry. After graduating from Pacific Lutheran University in 2007, She moved to Yakima to accept a position on the Pro Patrols at White Pass. And during that time, she was going to decide where to apply for her new master's program. Well, in 2009, when a permanent position came open, it just felt like the right choice to stay at White Pass. But she does have her master's degree in White Pass. So, yeah. Now, fast forward to July of 2021. And after 36 years at the helm, Kevin McCarthy stepped down as the general manager of White Pass. And he announced that former COO Rikki Cooper would succeed him as the GM. And so at that time, she joined just prior to the new Yakima-based partnership that formed. Noteworthy to add, in the ski industry, it's still historically a male-dominated industry. And now nationally, there are 20 to 30 women who hold the GM position. So, Rikki, we're very proud of you. And one of the quotes that Rikki mentioned while she was taking the role, she said, "Trying to fill Kevin McCarthy's shoes is an impossible task. He has faithfully led this company since the year I was born." That's scary. "And his determination and heart are essential to what White Pass is today. I could not have been more blessed to have had him as a mentor during my 13 years in the administrative office. And I know the entire White Pass staff feels an immense gratitude for his leadership." And Kevin continues today as an advisor to the board at White Pass. Some of the key aspects of Rikki's leadership role include, as a mother of three, she has focused on enhancing the White Pass experience for parents, with young children, including improving the Learning Center area. She's also focusing on improving operations, managing parking capacity, and improving guest communications, and overseeing all the mountain operations rather. Rikki's long-term strategy is focused on staff retention, expanding Nordic trails, and working with ownership on potential long-term skiing-based improvements, including chairlift upgrades, which she will talk about in her program. Joining Rikki today will be Kathleen McGuire. Kathleen's been the longtime director of marketing and public relations at White Pass. And now, please join me in welcoming Rikki and Kathleen.
Have a clicker thing? Okay, awesome. Wow. Is this working okay? Can everybody hear me just fine? Move closer to it. Okay. Deanna, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. That was so awesome. It's also so amazing to see so many White Pass regulars out here in the room. So thank you so much for being there. Kathleen, go ahead.
I can wander. I'll wander.
I did want to quickly correct Kathleen's current title. Although she has been our marketing director for as long as I can remember, she's now the director of skier services. So I'll get into that a little bit more later on in the program. Okay, we got some slides up here. Kathleen, you want to start us off? Tell us a little bit about White Pass and who we are.
Well, again, same thing. It's such a thrill to see so many people. I noticed Bob Hall back there. Bob, you have the honor of being the guy who opened the most White Pass ski reports, the earliest, since 1995. So I really liked what Lila had to say as we opened this afternoon, because that's why we're here. I know Rikki and I feel the same way, as does the ownership group, that we're here to serve our community, and the growth that has taken place over the last few years really stands to welcome so many more families to the mountain. I love this shot because it's another multi-generational group of friends who now all meet up at the mountain, despite the fact that they're far-flung, living all around the state of Washington. They still come back to join us year after year at White Pass.
I can even hear you tearing up a little bit about this. I know we love.
I always do. I get so emotional because recreation is so important, and we're really dedicated to providing these experiences to everyone in our community.
So we wanted to just give you a little update on how this past season at White Pass went and tell you a little bit more about what's coming in the future. So here, let me give you another slide. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong way. Oh, okay, there's beautiful White Pass. So for all of you who are used to coming up to White Pass, this is what you're expecting to see, right? Beautiful snow-covered slopes. It's an awesome time.
It's just magical, right, Rikki?
It is, but we do want to, share with you a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly of running a ski area as well. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Oh, beautiful snow-covered slopes. Look at those trees. I mean, there's honestly no better job on the planet, Kathleen, than the one that we have, which is trying to manage and run a ski area. I would state that wholeheartedly, at least 85% of the time.
Yeah. It's an easy job, right, Rikki?
Such an easy job. We do think that we've got a little guy on Instagram that we want to show you a clip of.
Let's see if that works.
Let's see if we can do this one. You guys seen this guy on Instagram? Oh man, he's funny.
You should follow Scott. He's very much into
a
the
little recap though of what this past winter season in the Pacific Northwest was like for all of us.
If it's not working, I can come over and see if I can push a button.
Kathleen's my technology guru on all things. Okay. Oh, you got to push the little.
The snow went away, but that's all right. That's all right. It'll come back. So they're going to open in December. Not a big deal. It's technically not even winter yet. So what are we even worried about? Wow, there's a lot of rocks everywhere. It's not a big deal. This has happened before. Next month is going to be better. Okay, so that wasn't a good month either. But next month is going to be way better. All right, so those 2 months weren't very good. But that doesn't mean next month it's not going to snow a lot. Good news, they got powder. I also have 5 core shots. I bought a park board. Maybe they'll open the bike park early. Hell yeah, it's starting strong.
Okay, you can switch back to the PowerPoint. I think if you switch back to the PowerPoint. Woo! There we go.
Awesome. Okay, thanks for that. But really, that is what this season felt like. It was a late start for us, but we kept thinking it's going to get better. It's going to get better. This was supposed to be one of those seasons where we got the precipitation, we were going to get the cold temps, everything was going to pan out for us. And really, I kept checking my favorite snow forecast, the most optimistic one from Open Snow, on the daily, and it kept telling me it was going to get better. And it just never did. But thankfully,
there's that one day in March where we got 5 feet of snow at one time.
Picture of that one coming up, Kath. Don't jump off the gun. Okay, which one of these goes forward? Okay, so this is what our December looked like. We got snow, and then we got rain, and we got wind, and we got more rain than I have ever seen at White Pass in the entire time that I've been there. This photo here is myself and our facilities director, Mikey Fernandez, trying to dig out drains at our new base camp lodge that we are building so that it wasn't flooding. There was so much rain that came that we were able to put out the paddleboard at the base of one of our chairlifts. This kind of weather event, though, was difficult, not just for us at White Pass trying to get open, but for our staff members who were having flooding in their own homes and their communities. We had road washouts throughout the region. White Pass was lucky enough that, we had some diversions that were pretty easy to deal with. We had the washout in Natchez by the elementary school and some road flooding on the west side that made getting to White Pass difficult, but not impossible. Mountains like Stevens Pass, though, and Crystal Mountain they had their roads entirely washed out. So as difficult as this season has been, White Pass fared, I would say, better than any of our neighbors in the Pacific Northwest. Recently, we attended a conference of the Pacific Northwest Ski Areas Association, and I got to talk with all of the other GMs from Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. And by far and away, our season went better than almost any other ski area I could talk to. Some of them experienced 50 to 75% reductions in skier visits and revenue, with some of them only able to operate around 10 to 20 days for the season. So,
I think, you've got it.
Okay.
This is great.
I do just want to show you a little bit about what it can be like to run a ski area. This is the day in the life of Rikki Cooper after a windstorm at White Pass, flipping porta potties. So it's a very glamorous job. I did call Kevin multiple times in December and say, "No, why did you tell me this was going to be fun to run a ski area?" Yeah, good times. Okay, after this extremely impressive rain event that we had at White Pass, I'm going to really air the dirty laundry here. We tried to open the ski area on December 21st after 10 days with no power from Benton REA. We're running the entire ski area on generators. The chairlifts are running slow because they're on backup generators, and we want to make sure we don't overheat them. And with the water that had saturated the soil, we got our first ever positive total coliform test from the state of Washington. We send in monthly water samples to get tested, and our water was positive for both E. coli and total coliform. So I got that news, I think 2 days before we were supposed to open on the 21st, and spent the next 4 or 5 days retesting water, hunting down any infiltration that could be happening into the water system, hiking. Let's see. Okay, here's our brand new water tower that we'd installed over the summer. We thought maybe that could have been a source of infiltration. And here's my beautiful chlorine residual testing kit. This is going to be a new core memory for me for the rest of my life, which is, I don't know, December 20th through 25th. Driving up to this water tower on the mid-mountain, bathed in the light of snowcat lights, climbing 20 feet up with a hook contraption to try to drag pool chlorine up into this thing and get the right residual chlorine in the system to try to shock the whole system and make sure that we cleared everything out. We did eventually determine that what had happened is, you know how ground filtration works to clean water, right? It's like running water through a sponge, and eventually you get through enough dirt and rocks that the water comes out clean at the bottom. But if you put that sponge in a wet bowl of water, really none of that filtration is going to happen. So that's what was happening to our groundwater. At the moment, the ground was so overly saturated that any of the water getting into our system was just mixed around. So the water was entirely safe to drink, at least from my opinion. I kept brushing my teeth with it at the cabin, and I ended up just fine. But the steps that our staff had to take to get us open on December 21st with a boil water advisory in place were absolutely Herculean. I don't know if you were up during that week of time, but our entire kitchen staff had to write new manuals, present plans to the health departments, serve absolutely everything, including hand washing water with boiled water for the ski area. So it was really, really a fun December, I can tell you.
And remarkably, our guests were incredibly resilient. We really received zero pushback. People were so happy to just come out and ski. So cheers to our community.
Absolutely. Okay, but the thing that got us through all of this with low snowfall and not a lot of it was the investments that our new ownership group has made into snowmaking. So the ability for us to turn on these snow guns when we got the temperatures and to cover the key slopes absolutely was what saved us this season. Really pretty pictures of it happening. But here, let me show you a little bit though about how hard it is to even get this equipment to work. This is Justin. He's our director of slopes and trails. But all of this equipment can fail, right? The hoses freeze over. We're pounding on them with mallets. He's using a blowtorch right here to try to unfreeze some components. So there is really nothing easy about trying to make any of this magic happen. And I am just so proud of this team that that made it all happen this year.
And here's what happens when you finally open. And you're on backup generator power. Go ahead, Rikki.
I think this day, I don't even remember what the date is, but we finally got some snow and everyone was so eager to come out and enjoy it. The mountain was flooded. This is even like a Friday. This is like a Thursday or a
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Also on this day, I got a call on my drive up to work at about 6:30 a.m. as I'm going through the slide area. That's the area where you can, it's kind of long, flat stretch before you get up to the top of the pass, from our contact at the DOT saying that, hey, my boss from Snoqualmie is going to come down. They want to assess the road for slide danger and they're going to close it. Just as we were heading into this day. So I did beg for him to stall, just stall. Let a few of them get up here, please, first. It was probably actually nice that it got shut down because we would have been overrun by any more people if we kept the road open any longer. Luckily, this line did dissipate pretty quickly. This was it took us a long time to get the avalanche control happening that morning. So this was a 10 or 15 minute delayed start. Okay, the other great improvement we had at White Pass this year that I think really improved the customer experience was Chair 4.
Who remembers the old Chair 4? Who loved it? Oh, thank you. Me too. But
Yeah. I love Chair 4 too, but I did just take a trip to Mission Ridge with my daughter Britta this year, and trying to load her on those center pole riblet doubles. It's so hard
So
to try to
difficult.
drag a kid around that center pole. Man, but I have a lot of nostalgia for these center pole doubles. The only time I've ever gotten my pass pulled was flipping seats on one of them with Alex Mayer a long time ago. So a lot of nostalgia for this chair, but the improvement that we've made with turning this into a quad chairlift with a loading carpet has made it so that this terrain that was very, very underutilized, but is really ideal lower intermediate terrain, is now packed with people. So it's spread the traffic out around the mountain so well. It's reduced the lift lines at the other lifts.
really a great learning zone, right? A great graduation zone. It's just really kudos to the whole group for getting that project done. It really transformed user experience.
Yeah. That was a long battle, honestly, to get that chair installed. We had asked the Forest Service for permission to replace Chair 4 with the new For the Birds. And they had said yes. And right after we placed the order with Doppelmayr, got a call from our Forest Service ranger saying that his boss had told him he had to pull that permission until they could run through a white bark pine programmatic assessment with Fish and Wildlife. So that meant that we sat with that chairlift in a parking lot for a year while we walked through that process. So we were very grateful when we finally got the chance to install this chair. Really beautiful. Anybody in the room actually get to ride this chair this year? Yeah. I know the one kind of big upgrade on this one has been adding the loading conveyor to this. I don't know if you can see that kind of white lines in the area where they're loading. This is like a moving carpet at the airport. And so the intent is that since this chairlift is a fixed grip, meaning that the chair stays connected to the cable at all times, it kind of whips around quickly around the bull wheel. So having customers load onto the loading carpet means that their speed relative to that of the chair makes it less, right? So it makes the chair seem like it's moving slower. You don't need to have a lift operator bump the chair for you to help you get on it. So we had way fewer lift incidents on this one this year, much easier to load with children or ski school classes. So been a huge improvement.
Huge. Yeah. Oh, here
Here's
you
opening
in action.
day.
Yeah.
You can see it in action. Yeah, there's the loading carpet moving them forward. Chair comes up behind them, grabs them, and there we go. And actually, no, we were on backup power this day. So
That's right. No load carpet moving.
they're sliding on their own. That's
Yeah.
right. So the one problem with this loading carpet is that if we are running on generator power, the generators don't power that moving carpet. They only power the chairlift. And so this was during that
Old school.
Yeah, this was during that time period when we're running the whole mountain on backup power. So it works even when that happens. Okay. And I did just want to run through a few pictures of some of our staff who really are the ones who have made this magic happen this year. I work with a phenomenal team at White Pass, all of whom have been there almost as long as I have. Kathleen's tenure at White Pass makes mine pale in comparison. So this is our grooming crew. The grooming at White Pass, I will shout from the rooftops, I think is better than any else in the Pacific Northwest. These guys work tirelessly through the night to get excellent conditions out there.
And they really were heroes this year, right? In terms of, we just got frosting the cake and making sure that the coverage was on point, even when it was only a couple inches deep. They really made it happen.
And not only them, but I mean, we had ski patrol out in the trees with shovels, bringing snow from areas where we didn't onto runs where we did. We were stealing snow from anywhere where we could take it, turning on snow guns as late as even into April, anytime we had the temps to do it, just to skate by. These are some of our mechanics, our head of vehicle maintenance and head of lift maintenance. That's me and our chairlift lead. You know, Kathleen actually also used to run the lift department a long time ago too. She's had a long history at White Pass. This is Matt from our ticketing department. If you've ever had an issue on anything with customer service at White Pass, you've probably talked to Matt on the phone. He is phenomenal. If there's anybody that can tell you no and have you leave smiling, it's Matt. Melinda from Food and Beverage and Courtney from Guest Services, our fabulous rental team, kitchen staff, and the learning center.
Learning center. That seems like a great transition
It does
time.
seem like a great transition. Okay, so some of the really exciting improvements that we have coming for next season and beyond are really in Kathleen's wheelhouse. As I said before, Kathleen has been our director of marketing for many, many, many years. She's been the voice of White Pass, either on the website, via radio, the morning broadcast email. The amount of communication she has handled is truly extraordinary, but she's slowly been trying to hand that off in pieces to the next generation. So currently she's leading a team of people as the director of skier services. So we've kind of reorganized how we run White Pass. We've got mountain operations, which is everything related to actually getting on the hill and skiing, chair lifts and ski patrol, lift maintenance, terrain parks, grooming, and snowmaking. But then we have all the services that you might need to actually get you out there. You might need a lesson or rental products. You need to buy a ticket. So any of those kind of people-centric ones, and Kathleen is in charge of all of those. So many of our products cross all of those. You know, we'll offer you a discounted package that includes a ticket, a lesson, and a rental. So having somebody that really ties all that together has been really foundationally, has changed it for White Pass. So, Kath, this is our new base camp lodge, or what we hope it's going to look like.
Yeah. So, when the new ownership came in, I come from a big background in coaching. That's how I know Captain Jimmy. I started coaching tennis when I was 15 years old. I've coached some skiing along the way as well. But I've had a long career in finding the joy in recreation and how important it is to everyone. So I stood with David Severin, who's here, one of our owners, and Adam's here as well, Dolson. And I said, we're up on the hill looking at our learning area. And I said, I don't know, David. I planted some seeds, and I think Rikki had planted some seeds, and Kevin had planted some seeds. And the seeds are sprouted now as this beautiful Mountain States Construction is working on this. Brad from Traditional Home Designs did a lot of the drawings and engineering, but it is underway, and it is going to transform the way that we handle not just teaching people to learn to ski, but how we move into being a year-round operation.
So this is just a rendering of what the building should look like. Currently, we have a footing and foundation permit, and that allowed us to get the foundation in over last summer, as well as the steel up to the third story. And so they're currently, I've been told next Wednesday on the final permit for about 10 Wednesdays. But we're going to have it any day, I'm sure. But we do expect it to look something like this by October 1st.
Oh, okay. Well, I was saying November 1st, but that's good. All right, go for it, Rikki.
No, I mean, the idea for this building started with Kevin McCarthy. He knew we needed more indoor space at White Pass. If you're up here on a busy day, our parking lots will fill, absolutely, and they'll still feel like there's room on the slopes. But if any of those things happen, if the parking lots fill, the one pinch point that we're really going to have is that you are not going to find a place inside to sit down at lunchtime. You will be bringing your hamburger outside to sit down on those days, and it can just get very overcrowded. So his idea was another building immediately adjacent to the day lodge. But kind of my first summer in charge, I did start walking around the ski area, and we noticed that up by Lot C, where the current RV lot is, there really is great beginner terrain. When I was an instructor, I used to take lessons over in that area. It's very gradual. And we started thinking about what a segregated beginner experience could look like. What if, when you were new to the sport, you were directed to your own parking lot, you weren't walking from a half mile down the highway, you could get your tickets, your lessons, your rentals, all in one location and walk right out to your beginner terrain in front of the lodge. So that's the idea for this building. So if you look at the way White Pass is laid out currently with the 3 magic carpets right adjacent to the highway, those are all getting deconstructed this summer and moved over right to the snow side of this building. It'll be a dedicated parking lot for the beginner experience and for young families. Kids Clinic will meet at this building. The 3rd floor is going to be food service. 2nd floor is rentals. And the bottom layer will have, a dedicated ski school room and guest services. So,
yeah, you want to advance?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So just to give you an idea, those of you who haven't found your way into what was formerly the RV lot,
The layout's going to be right there. Those 3 carpets will move over. Go ahead, Rikki. Rikki just ran through those. Maybe the thing that didn't get mentioned quite yet was the terrain-based learning center. So we have started over the last, this will be our 3rd season with shaped terrain. So those of you who might have learned to ski at White Pass, you might remember pointing your skis or snowboards straight towards the highway, which can be a little intimidating. So in an effort to create a feeling of comfort, we work with shaped terrains. We work with our grooming department to create these features, which makes learning to turn so much faster. Captain Jimmy, I don't know if this is your group, but these are kids from the White Pass Foundation, and you can kind of see the look in their eye. They have had skis on their feet for about 3 minutes at this point. So it feels a lot safer over in the new zone. This is them on day 3 when they're riding the chairlift, thanks to our amazing volunteers. So we want to put those smiles on faces, and we want them to gain confidence quickly. You can go ahead and hit the next slide. I just wanted to point out that we have these, again, amazing people in all of our departments. Glenda, if you ever had your kids in kids clinic, Glenda's been teaching at White Pass since 1968. Tony said he's just behind her since 1970. So they've transformed the lives of, again, generations of families. That's Elliot on the right. Elliot is a 4th generation White Pass employee. On the left, Professor Matthew Owen, we'll get that right. He does an awful lot of our social media and does a fabulous job. And his daughter is also, I think she's a 4th generation skier as well.
Yeah, you know, when I patrolled with Matt's dad, Jeff.
And Jeff still works for us, right?
Jeff still works for us. And when I was I think 14-year-old in middle school, no, 13, something like that, I ran into a chairlift tower and knocked out some.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff and Matt were the ones that came and visited me in the hospital here in Yakima. So.
But it's really about growing right from grassroots, from kids who've never had an opportunity to get to the mountains, to these kids who pursue the sport at a high level. And when I'm talking about the kids, yeah, I am talking about the ones with facial hair who were all born while I started working at White Pass. So, got a couple of familiar faces with our race crew. So those guys were free riders. This is our Alpine racing team. We've met with a little bit of success. A few of you might be old enough to remember. Oh, those guys. Those guys are almost 70, and I can still put them in front of a camera. And that smile, I don't know if there's another skier in the world who can make skiing look like that much fun. And pretty good at it. We've got a gold medalist and a silver medalist right there.
And now
Jackie Miles. Jackie is also a Team White Pass member. She has worked so hard. Poor Jackie. Unbelievable injuries, unbelievable tenacity in recovering. And she took 4th in the downhill this year. So we were all worried. And the new event, the Alpine Combined, Jackie and her partner Paula pulled it out with a bronze medal. So yay, White Pass, we've got all 3. Thanks to these amazing people. I'm going to run through events pretty quickly. We celebrated our 40th annual White Pass Winter Carnival this year. I don't know where all that snow came from, if anyone can answer that. So if we were a little thin on their roller, we apologize now. But we are really moving into a different arena in terms of events. Insider information for you, if you've got kids between the ages of 8 and 13, we are kicking off a little bit on the down low, our first ever summer day camp with transportation from Yakima. That was on a special invite that has been out. We're going to do some very moderate marketing where it's really a test market this year. We'll do 3 weeks of it in July. We will, when the base camp gets open, we'll be hosting meetings, weddings, all kinds of private tours and events. We've been beefing up our staff. It's been really exciting. Oh, who are those girls and boys? You pretty much had to know somebody to get a wedding at White Pass. So that was my daughter. That was an easy one to pick up. Or work at Sport House, right? She does both. But now weddings may be open to everyone starting late next summer. We already do a lot of guided snowshoe tours, cross-country tours, kind of corporate getaways, so we'll be beefing that up. And if you haven't tried a snow go, super fun. We do tours of up to 8 people, and again, kind of a fun team bonding thing. It's a 3-hour tour.
And if you have somebody in your life who is not a skier or snowboarder, is hesitant to do it because of injuries, they're worried about their knees. My husband is like a case in point on this one. This is a really great way to get them up into the mountains and try something new that is super easy to pick up and basically injury-free. So,
yeah. And that's Christiana. She's anyone here from Quick Lock? You might recognize Sam, her husband. We recruited Christiana in. Her husband was in the ski industry. And kind of as a family business. So I'd worked with his dad for decades. And Christiana showed up. We stole her from the Kraken. And she will be leading up all of these amazing group activities and special events. I just love that picture because, you know, we do throw a good party and we're hoping to throw a lot more as we move forward. One more.
if you ever haven't been here for Winter Carnival, you have to come up.
So, yeah, there's a little bit of everything now available at White Pass, and we're hoping to bring it to you year round as we move forward.
Oh, you got Uzi the patrol cat.
I got the mouse patrol. Oh, I snuck that in. That's Rikki's daughter, Britta. You couldn't have one daughter without the other. That's part of Team White Pass and the fun one coming up in September. And that is how we all feel after a great day of skiing at White Pass. Last one, Rikki, there's one more just to throw up there. If you need to get in touch with us, I've already worked with, I feel like half the people in this room. It's been a joy to have that opportunity. If we can help you in any way, let us know.
Come on up and join us.
Thank you so much, Rikki and Kathleen. We don't have time for questions, but they will stick around. So if you have questions, please feel free to come over and ask away. Our next couple of meetings, we're here at the Convention Center. Next week is a favorite. We will have our Academic Scholarship Award program next week. And then on the 28th, we will have Christopher Hopkins, who is the new director of the Yakima Air Terminal, and he will be sharing upcoming changes and the future of the Yakima Airport. So we have something for everyone in this club. You've heard me say that before. So bring team members from your circles here to share our programs with. Okay, Heart of the Club drawing. Get out your white ticket. We have $3,650 before today in the pot. So I'm going to draw a ticket. If your ticket's drawn, you will draw a card from the deck. If you draw the Joker, you get half the pot, and Rotary Charities gets the other half of the pot. So are we ready? 0, 2, 1, 1, 8, 8. Oh, Mr. Tony Farina. Margaret's right there. Tony Farina is the treasurer of our club. We call him Unicorn, but that's a side story for later. Ooh. Oh, we're so sad for you, Tony. Not really. Just kidding. Okay, I end our Rotary meetings with what I call my play of the day. And today that is simply, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That quote's from Dr. Wayne Dyer. And what I get from this is it's an internal shift, right? It's an internal shift. When you change your focus, like seeing a challenge as a lesson, your mental state changes, your stress levels, your reactions change, and that changes what you're looking at, which is the external. And that's the good thing, because then you can have a positive attitude and you can see lots of new opportunities. So take that with you today. Thanks again, Rikki and Kathleen, for being here. Welcome, Andres. It's so good to have you on the team. And congratulations again to Greg and Jan Luring, so well deserved. Thank you all for choosing Team Rotary today. And this game is over.